It's Wellness Wednesday. We made it to another Wellness Wednesday. And I am just so grateful to be here with you guys to talk about your knife skills. Hello, knife skills 101. We fruit ninjas today. So we're always talking about breaking the fast with fruit, right? And I realized that a lot of y'all don't know how to cut fruit. Don't know the most efficient way, the easiest way, the quickest way, the best way to cut fruit. So today, you're gonna get a sneak peek into how I, as a formally trained chef, learned how to cut fruit. Now you guys are gonna know the official chef way to cut fruit, okay? So get on in here. You don't wanna miss it, okay? We're cutting a beautiful, beautiful seeded watermelon, local here from Lake Wales, Florida. And then I have a beautiful pineapple. I took the top off, put it in the fridge because I've been saving it for this presentation. It's so sweet, it's so ready. And so let's get into it. All right, it's fruit cutting time. It's fruit ninja time. Right? So listen, let's talk about the knives first, okay? Let's talk about the tools because you're not a fruit ninja if you don't have the right tool. Okay, all right now. So, what you need when cutting these big, hydrating fruits like melons, right? Pineapple, these big fruits, cantaloupes, right? You need what's known as a serrated knife, okay? A serrated knife has jagged edges or teeth, okay? So you need one that's like this, right? Or here I have this other little one that has, smaller teeth, okay? That's what you need for efficient cutting. Sometimes it's known as a bread knife, okay? That's the one you need. Now, once you get into it a little bit further, you're gonna need what's known as a chef knife, okay? This is usually a large knife, right? With a standard edge. And we'll use this one to, cut down the bigger pieces of fruit once we get into it, okay? But when we're cutting the skin, we need a serrated knife, okay? So, now we're gonna talk about the vessels that we have to put the fruit in, okay? So first things first, okay, what time is it? It's 10:48. I'm ready to break my fast with some fruit, but I'm waiting on this, all right? So the first thing I have, and you should too, is a bowl for yourself, okay? Grab a bowl for you, grab a fork for yourself, because you're gonna feed yourself, break your fast right after you cut your delicious fruit, okay? And then grab a few other containers. Here's a big one. You can, I know some people don't like their fruit touching, so you can have one like this. You can put one type of fruit in here, other type of fruit in here, right? Okay, if you wanna make juices, grab some of these. Grab some of these. These are also good to load your fruit in if, let's say, you have a big family, you have a lot of stuff in your fridge, and you don't want something like this is something bigger taking up a lot of space. You can use something like this, right? Just takes up less space in your fridge, and you can stack these, you can do all kinds of things with a vessel like this one. So what I'll do is I'll just prep these up, I'll put fruit in here for juice. When I'm ready to juice, all I have to do is empty this into my blender or right into my juicer, and bam, I'm ready with the portion, okay? So that's what we're gonna do today. Now, you're also gonna need probably some towels, okay? I have some towels because it gets juicy. Da-na-na, da-na-na-da. Juicy, okay? So you're gonna need some towels, okay? And then I also have some parchment paper. Now, I have parchment paper because the cutting board that I'm using is the same cutting board that I cut onions, same cutting board that I cut all of my different types of food with, right? And sometimes that onion and that garlic is so strong that it can, sometimes it stays in your board. I don't know if you've ever had this happen to you. Maybe you have, but you'll cut fruit on the same board that you cut all the rest of your stuff on, and then your fruit like kind of has like an oniony taste to it. It's like it doesn't matter how many times you wash it, if the board is cured or not. It just, I don't know what it is. So what I like to do is I like to put a barrier, right? Or if you're a smart person, you have different boards for different things, right? You have a fruit board, you have a vegetable board, right? You have a meat board if you use meat, right? That's also a wise way of doing that. So make sure that you have a designated board for your fruit, or that you're covering the board that you use for all of your things, okay? So first we're gonna get into the bigger fruit, the watermelon, okay? Now, I think I'm gonna start doing some watermelon exercises for y'all, but listen. We've talked on this page about what to look for when you're choosing a ripe watermelon. And I've told you guys that you wanna look for that spot where this watermelon was on the ground, and that's here. And we know based on this yellow patch, okay? You want this yellow patch to be as yellow as possible, bright. As you can see here, it's as yellow as this pineapple. Now it has a little bit of other bruising here. That's okay. Just confirm that main area is super yellow. All right? Get into it. Now, like I said, today you're gonna be learning official culinary procedure for cutting large fruits, okay? So you're gonna take your melon and you're gonna put it on your board. Then you're gonna take your serrated knife and you're gonna cut the top and the bottom off, okay? So the reason why you need the teeth is to grab that skin, okay? If you use a regular knife, it's not gonna grab it. So you take the bottom off, you spin it around, okay? You take the top off, okay? Look at that, beautiful, beautiful. And then, whatever side is bigger, which seems like this side, you're gonna place it down like so, okay? Now, if this feels intimidating to you, I get it. So what you can do, instead of working from here, you can, again, if you want to, cut it in half. Don't worry about the sticker, we're gonna get rid of it. I washed it already, right? You can do like so, okay? That's why I like this long knife, because I can push it through. Now, like I said, you're gonna put it on the bigger side, okay? Then you're gonna continue with your serrated knife and you're gonna work around the fruit, okay, like so. And you just keep turning clockwise each time you cut. And I'm like curving, right? We're curving. So curve it in, okay? If you miss a little bit there, just go back and get it. Okay, keep turning and cutting. Turning and cutting. Turn. Okay, we got our close to last piece here. Look at that, beautiful. All right, so there. Okay, we got one side ready. Now we're gonna do the same procedure with this side, okay? Now, again, show you guys. We're curving the knife as we go. We're curving the knife. We're curving the knife, okay? So look. Okay. Okay. Woo. Turn. Okay. See what I'm doing? All right. Keep going here. We're going good. Okay. Beautiful. Look at that. Okay. So we now have 2 halves, right? Now, as I mentioned, we don't need our serrated knife anymore because the skin is off. So now we're gonna switch to our chef knife, okay? Now, if you don't have both types of knives, that's okay. You can just use your serrated knife or you can just use this knife, but it's gonna be a lot more difficult, okay? So I just wanna make simple cubes with this half that I'm gonna show you, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come down first and make even cuts, okay? Now, this melon honestly looks a little bit overripe, to tell you the truth. Super sweet. So let's try it. So then, we're gonna lay it down on top of one another and cut down like so, okay? Then we have nice watermelon chunks like you would buy from Publix. So a little overripe, but that's okay. We can still juice it. So what I'm gonna do is this melon, I'm gonna put it right into our jar for juicing, okay? Just like so. Right into our jar for juicing. So those parts that are a little bit more squishy, a little bit more overripe, just kind of squeezing those out and filling up my jar. Okay? This happened. You know, there's no guarantee that it's gonna be perfect once you get it. So look, bam. This is ready for juicing. Now, it's juicy on this board, like I told you. So you want to grab one of these towels here before it makes it to your floor. Okay? So now we're gonna get into these other pieces. Okay? I have a large drying sheet here. And I'm just gonna push that right onto, and we're gonna keep working. Now, we're gonna cut these end pieces here. Same procedure, we're gonna come down this way, turn it. We've got nice watermelon cubes. and we're gonna go right into our jar for juicing. Right into our jar for juicing. Same thing here. Nice cubes. Okay, right into our jar for juicing. So based on how ripe this watermelon is, I think I'm gonna end up juicing all of it. So again here, we're going to create slices first. Okay? Then you separate your slices, lay them flat. Okay? And then we go. We're gonna make strips, and then we turn, and then we make cubes. Okay? And you're gonna see that when we cut the pineapple, it's a similar procedure. Okay? So again, any parts that feel a little bit overripe to you, you can pull them out. And I'm just loading these into our jars for juicing. So we got our cubes ready. All right. Any pieces that feel overripe to you, you can just discard them. These pieces here are a little bit overripe, so we're just gonna put them aside. Okay. Again, we're gonna grab our towel because it's juicy, honey. Okay. It's juicy. So now we're gonna finish here. Again, you're gonna create strips. Okay. You're gonna turn, cut again. You got cubes. We're gonna load that right into our jar. Now you have beautiful watermelon cubes ready to go, ready to be juiced. And maybe I can show you guys that in another class. I can show you exactly how to transform that into juice. See, these are the pieces here that are they're just a little bit overripe. So we just put those aside. Finished our watermelon, done. We've loaded it up in 3 jars here. And now I want to show you how to cut a pineapple, okay? We're gonna use similar procedure, okay? We're gonna get our parchment paper. We're gonna lay it out on our board. Or you can use your board that you have specifically for fruit, okay? Now, again, we're gonna use a serrated knife. A serrated knife is a knife that has teeth or edges, okay? We're gonna start at the top and we're going to cut off the top. We're gonna spin it around and we're gonna cut off the bottom, okay? Bam. Then we're gonna stand it up, okay? Then we're gonna use a C shape. We're gonna C shape cut around the pineapple and going clockwise. So let me show you. We're gonna start here. Okay, C shape. Because we wanna make sure that we're capturing all of it, right? Then you're gonna turn the fruit clockwise and you're gonna keep going. Now this is the same procedure you use with all large fruit. Cantaloupe, watermelon, okay, pineapple. You just C-cut all the way around, turning clockwise each time, okay? Keep going. Keep going. Right now, Here in Florida, and I think actually in some other states now, we have an awesome store called Publix. And at Publix, you can purchase cut fruit, but it is not cheap, okay? Purchasing cut fruit is not cheap. So it is way better to purchase your own fruit and to cut it. And this is why I'm teaching you this, because the best thing to break your fast with is fruit. The best thing to end your day with is fruit. The best thing to have for dessert is fruit, okay? So you need to know how to cut fruit. So listen, sometimes there's little weird things like that going on, right? That's okay. Or if you miss some of it, you just come back around. You just do the same thing, come back around, work clockwise, right? Grab any spots that you may have missed. Okay, that's okay, because you don't want to cut off all the pineapple, right? So you may have some spots there at the end. Now this thing here, I'm gonna grab my regular chef knife and I'm just gonna dig it out of there. That's it, gone. See it? Gone. Okay. Here at the bottom, there's some brownness around the core. That's okay. We'll handle that in just a second. Okay. So now we're gonna pick our fruit back up. We know that there's a core here, right? So we can see it. And what you want to do is you're gonna use your chef knife and you're gonna just cut as best you can around that core. Again, we're cutting and then moving the fruit clockwise this way. Okay, so we're just gonna cut down around the core. Okay, here's your core. Now you should have 4 pieces of pineapple. Okay, you see that? So now, just to keep things simple for us, we're gonna make cubes. Okay, again, so you're gonna come this way and you're gonna make strips. Okay, same thing here. You're gonna make strips of pineapple. This one was our last cut, so that one's already stripped for us. And then here, bam. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 strips. Okay. Then we're gonna take our strips and we're gonna come this way and make cubes. Okay, cubes of pineapple. All right. So same procedure here. We're gonna turn it. And we're gonna make cubes. Okay. Cubes of pineapple. Now this is how you would buy it at a grocery store. Usually, right, they cube it for you. That's what they do. They would normally cube up this fruit for you. And I'm putting some in my bowl for me to eat now. And I'm putting some away for these next coming days as I break my fast. Okay? So, there we go. Again, cubes. Beautiful. So, some of you may know that pineapple is really good for your stomach. It's really good for digestion. But some of you may not know that most of the nutrient called bromelain that makes pineapple good for your digestion is actually in the core of the fruit. Okay? So, you do not want to throw this away. This is medicine here, okay? So, cut off any part of it that you don't like. Wait, first, let's taste it. Cut off any part of it that you don't like. And then, it's a little heavy, so I use the force and I cut down through it, right? To make smaller pieces. Now what I'm gonna do with that is, as you can see, I loaded the watermelon into jars for juice. So I'm gonna add a few pieces of the core to each of these so that when I make my watermelon juice, we get a little bit of bromelain in our watermelon juice, okay? So here's what I'm gonna break the fast with. Here's what I have for the following day. And so we have 3 juices here. So we're good. We've got at least 5 days here of breaking the fast, okay? So go to the store, get you 1 large watermelon, 1 pineapple per person, okay? And you have a week's worth of, or at least a working week worth, Monday through Friday, when you go to work, right, of fruit and or juice, okay? Now, this is a hefty serving of fruit. So you could probably get more out of this, but for me, I'm gonna eat all this fruit. So that's it, friends. That's it, friends and family. We're going to clean our station. We learned about a serrated knife. Hi-ya! We learned about a chef's knife, standard knife, right? This is a smaller serrated knife. You could give this one to the kids, right? To cut with you if they're interested. And that's all, folks. That's it. Let's eat. Thank you, Father, for this food. We know that it's going to bless and nourish our bodies. Any impurities that may be found in this food, Lord, we know that it will have no ill effect. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, let's eat. It's ripe, it's sweet. It's juicy. Dun 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 dun. Juicy.